everyone, it's Cheryl from Teaching 2 and 3-year-olds. I am going to be sharing what we're doing for our gingerbread theme. This is how we always kick off December. We have a week of gingerbread and then 2 weeks of Christmas, but we will bring some more gingerbread in even next week during our Christmas theme, but we'll start adding a little bit more with maybe some jingle bells and candy canes and things like that. But this week we really are focusing a lot on gingerbread. And what I did a little differently towards the end of this video is I did our classroom tour while our children were in the classroom, a little bit different. But first, before I go to that, I wanted to share some of our printable activities for you. And I have links to all of these in the video's description, so make sure to check for that. First of all, we have a brand new packet on Teachers Pay Teachers. It's our gingerbread packet, and my daughter finished it just in time for our gingerbread theme, and I thought I would share with you a few things in it. This is a fun activity that we actually did today. This is great for the younger children. There are different colored homes, so I lined these up in the circle time area, and they helped me. They told me what color each house was. Then I made extra copies of the gingerbread men so that each child got one. And then when it was their turn, they came up and they put their gingerbread in the same, right next to the same color house. This was fun. Even our 2-year-olds were having a lot of fun with this one. So this is in the gingerbread packet. And then another one that's very similar, except it has numbers also. So they're going by color and by number. So you would lay these out in your circle time area as well. I made extra sets of the gingerbread men so that each child will have one. And the same thing, when it's their turn, they will match their gingerbread to the house by color and number. So these are fun for our younger children. And then also in the pack are these big gingerbread lacing guys. So I actually, because there's a lot of holes in this, I actually took 2 tipped yarns and I tied them together to make it a little bit longer. Also, what we're going to be doing with this is I'm going to be using these as a color. We're going to go on a color hunt. So I'm going to hide these. They're not going to have their laces. I'm going to hide these around the room, and during circle time they're going to go find them, and then they're going to tell me what color. So I like to be able to use my printables in a variety of different ways. Another activity in the gingerbread packet is kind of like this, sort of like a memory game or a matching game, where they just simply find the 2 that match and they put them together. And then we also have this emotions activity where they look at the card this one says happy, and then they find the gingerbread man that has the happy face, the same with, here's one that is surprised. So this is also in the pack, and there's other activities in there as well. There is a decorate the gingerbread cookie, which actually we have at our writing table, and the children are using that there. Again, all in our gingerbread packet. So we also have our Christmas packet, and in that packet there's some gingerbread activities which I pulled out for this week. I'm going to save the Christmas activities for the next 2 weeks. But part of that packet is there is a gingerbread shape matching activity. Say they look at the shape and then they find the gingerbread that has the same shape and they put it on top. And this comes in color and also in black and white. So that's an activity that's in there. And then there's also a counting clip. So they count how many gingerbread, and then they take a clothespin and they clip it, or they can put a little marker like a pom-pom on it as well. And then there are some color gingerbread, which actually these would be good for that color hunt as well, if you want to use that. You can also use these, cut these out. There's different colors, and you can find buttons or pom-poms that are matching, and they can put those on top. Then we have our free gingerbread. I have this in the large size, and also I have them in a smaller size. These are free on the website. I'll drop a link in the video description. And then we have our gingerbread props for circle time. So we have they are holding these. When I was reading the gingerbread book, I read the Gingerbread Man. Now, For my age group, if I were to read this word for word during circle time, it'd be way too long. So I kind of shortened it a little bit, but they got the hang of it. And as the gingerbread man was running, they were taking their gingerbread and then they were making it run. So that was fun. So we have these props, and then we also have these, actually it goes to 10. I just have 5 on here and I laminated them. I put magnets on the back. If you're familiar with my props videos in the past, I either like to do these on a magnet board using a magnet, or I will do Velcro on a flannel board, or I will put these on the popsicle sticks as well. So this is something that goes with different gingerbread counting songs, which I have on my December playlist, which I'll drop a link in the video description. And so that is, I just wanted to make sure to share these printables with you so you know if you're doing the gingerbread theme, you can make sure to find those. And then now I will take you on the tour that I did earlier today with my students.
So over at the sensory table, we have kinetic sand, and we have a gingerbread cake pan. We're making molds. And then we have little gingerbread bendies that I've used in previous years. And oh, what's that? We have another mold. Kinetic sand is wonderful for molding, so that's why we decided to use it. And one of our art activities this week is making a gingerbread ornament. I've cut it out of cardboard. They've painted with glue and brown paint that's mixed together so it's sticky, and now they're pressing little tiny pom-poms on top, and I put the hook on already, so that's all ready to go. And over in the dramatic play area, we have cookies. That's right. We are doing we've got Melissa and Doug's Christmas cookies, gingerbread. We have our Christmas tree that we're in the process of decorating. And then we have our gingerbread signs. These are from our gingerbread packet. And part of this gingerbread packet includes some coupons, and then there's a little activity where they match the shape to the one that's decorated. And there's a little page there that kind of shows the different shapes. And we have some more signs. Order a coffee. That's my coupon, so I get a free coffee. Over on our light table, we have our red and green translucent blocks. And on our train table, we have our trains. We tend to use our train table for other things, but we actually have trains on it this week. And then on our easel, we have our gingerbread printable with some watercolors, and this is a free template that I have on the website. And then over at the writing table, we have our decorated cookie sheets. These are part of our, this part of our gingerbread packet.
Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe to Teaching 2 and 3-year-olds on YouTube and click the bell icon, because every time that I publish a new video, you don't have to search for it. You'll be notified. Thanks for watching.